episode of GM Mode Commentary, the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're back. Thanks for those of you that just watched our previous stream of ranked seasons in MLB The Show 19. Here we are, Maple Leafs GM Mode, trade deadline day. You guessed it. So here's where we are in the standings. We are currently up 3 points on the Boston Bruins. We're scoring 3.4 goals per game, allowing 2.68, which could be better, but our power play percentage is tops in the division. But our penalty kill percentage is bottom of the pack. Towards the bottom of the pack, I should clarify. Now, here's what I'm thinking. So, looking at our lines and what we have to give up, or what we could get, what we may not give up. First of all, Timoshev is not there full time. We have Frederick Gauthier is playable. Looks like we're gonna have No, I take that back. We're gonna wait till Gauthier is healthy because we don't want to get him hurt again. So looking at what we could do, obviously we have Gusev with Austin, the franchise Matthews, as actually our entire first line, other than Willie Nylander, is the franchise. So what we could give up here is, obviously, we're going to be in cap hell for the next while, as in, what? How long does Tavares' deal go for? I think it's another 6 years. Okay. 6 years. 6 years. 5 years. So, we're going to be in cap hell for a long time. For most of this GM mode. And Freddie Anderson needs a new contract next year. So, here's what I'm thinking. We trade for pending free agents and just not resign them. Because so the strongest position I think we need is maybe defense. Definitely defense, because we have Cody Ceci on D, which does not inspire any confidence, because Cody Ceci, you guys know my opinion on Cody Ceci. I think he's garbage, and he'll be making 2-point-something million in free agency. Don't want to pay him, and the guys we have in the minors, other than Liljegren, don't exactly inspire too much confidence. Which even then, Liljegren is at least probably a year away from being an effective defenseman. Or at least in my opinion. Although what we could do is interesting. Okay, so Liljegren shoots left. Kevin Gravel sucks. He will not be. I hope I don't have to rely on him for defense next year. Jordan Schmaltz, we might have to. But what we could do too is we could also trade for a bottom pairing defenseman and possibly get rid of Cody Ceci. Because shit. What's his player morale? Okay, so he's got high chemistry with Barry, Riley, and Dermott. Sandin, on the other hand, we can send down, but he is a top 6 defenseman, so we run the risk of potentially destroying him or shaking up his confidence. One thing I do like about Sandin is he blocks shots, as you guys saw there. He's 46 in 63 games. So, knowing that, let's just take a look at what we got here around the league. If I remember correctly, there were 2 players, I think from Nashville and not Winnipeg. I think it was Nashville. Oh yeah, Nashville at Sessions, I don't want that. New Jersey has a ton of players available. I could reasonably pick up Blake Coleman on that contract, which is a steal, by the way. And he's a good penalty killer. And he pretty much wouldn't cost me that much. I could pick up Wayne Simmons if the Devils retain half the salary, which isn't likely. Adam McQuaid's not exactly an upgrade in his own right. Actually, he could be. And he's only making 1.18. I could see myself doing that. In terms of what else they have to offer, nothing really all that interesting. The Islanders we could turn to add more scoring. except the only contract I'd consider taking on is Derek Brassard, which even then he would only be like a fourth liner for me. Which I guess considering we have this is essentially our year to win it. If we're gonna trade all of our draft picks, I'd prefer to do it for this year, just so that way we can run the table essentially, hoping that we can win the cup. Because this team is not going to be as good next year, obviously, because we're going to lose everyone and everything. Because we just don't have the money. Ottawa, at least has Thomas Vanek, who is kind of interesting. What's my cap situation? What's my cap situation? I've got like $1 million to work with here. Oh, jeez. Okay. Justin Braun could be an option if Philly retains at least half that salary. Although I could just trade Cody Ceci for him straight up. He is a bottom pairing defenseman. He's a right-handed shot, so you take Cody Ceci's place. And if we put him with Rasmus Sandin, that could grow him. The only thing is, I could do that. I could stand on board with that. Pittsburgh is nothing, because I definitely don't want Goodbranson's contract. It's ridiculous. St. Louis, I'm not taking on Steen. Tampa is not really offering anything useful because they're a champion. Ooh, here we go. Vancouver for the final. What's February? Like 3 months of Chris Tanev. And I could flip him at the draft for like a fourth rounder. Or I could flip his rights at the draft for like a fourth rounder. And put him next to Rasmus Sandin. Or I could put him on my second defensive pairing. And bump, I think, Muzzin or someone down to the third defensive pairing. It's just an option. Or we can get Josh Lievo. Or... Nah, they don't really have anything else that interests me. Vegas isn't even giving up anything. We already covered Washington. We're back in Nashville. I meant to go to Montreal. Montreal, I could pick up Anthony Duclair, except he's not that good. Minnesota's at least offering Spurgeon, which I don't have my first rounder this year. If I did, I would totally pick up Jared Spurgeon. Mikko Koivu, I just don't have the assets to give up for those guys. LA can't afford Alec Martinez. I'd need them to retain half that salary, or at least some of that salary, and I'd have to give up a first round pick for that. Florida, don't want Brett Connolly. That's 4 years. Can't afford that. Edmonton, offering some guys I could use. I could pick up Granlund as a depth forward. It's cheap, and then have no intention of bringing him back. I could do that. What's his puck position stats? Giveaways, takeaways, 35. He does block a couple shots, takes the puck away, and he's a great face-off man, which is odd because his face-off range is no, you can't do that. Here's what I want to do. I want to find a way to get the most offense on this team as possible, so that way I can just outscore all my defensive issues. Chicago with Dylan Strome. No way I can afford that. It's just insane. Carolina's not really offering anything. Calgary's not offering anything. Buffalo's not really offering anything because I don't want Zach Bogosian. I can't afford that. The contract's too expensive. Is that Samuel Scott? No, nope. I'm good. Rodriguez. No, not that good. Boston. No. Grabner, that's 2 years. Can't afford that. And Weidman. Okay, so I don't want that. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We get Derek Brassard for the fourth line or whatever. And so he does have trade value. So what we could give them is one of our low... We could give them Timashov. Because Timashov's not that good, to put it bluntly. And he sucks defensively. Again, being awfully blunt. But he's fast. What's his advanced stats look like in 12 games? Doesn't really shoot the puck. It only has one block shot. Does take the puck away. Nah. Ooh, actually. Pierre Engvall, 2014 7th rounder. Thank you for your service. You're going to go to New York, and because the Islanders are not that good. Okay, we're going to get them to retain half that salary, which is going to come out to $500,000. In return, we're going to give them... I think we're going to give them Nick Shore. Let's sort by league here. Yeah, let's give them Nick Shore. Because, yeah. All the guys he has chemistry with are kind of expendable. And we can pick up cap hit. And we'll be dealing a player we have no intention of using. But since they're going to retain salary, let's give them my fourth round pick. So, for Pierre Engvall, who I don't see growing into anything useful for us, gives the puck away a lot, doesn't block any shots, has 10 hits, is taking face-offs. Wait, what? Oh, okay. What? In 12 games? Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll pick up Derek Brassard, assuming this trade goes through, for Nick Shore, the expiring contract of Nick Shore, I should clarify, and Engvall. I doubt this goes through, but it's worth a shot. Okay, so let's take Engvall out. Let's give them a prospect, but not as good of a prospect, as Engvall kind of sucks. What about Abramov? Our fourth rounder. It's a low top 6. Shoots the puck. Obviously I don't want to give up someone too valuable. Do I want to do this? I could Engvall and then take out the fourth rounder and throw in what's my draft pick situation look like for next? Yeah, okay. Throw in Columbus's third round pick. Alright, so Nick I almost called him Devin. Nick Shore, Engvall, and Columbus's third round pick for Derek Brassard. Will this go through? Trade rejected. Let's take away some of that salary. Alright. Shore, Engvall, and Columbus's third round pick. Only $100,000 retained salary. This is probably... Let's change that to my fourth round this year. My fourth round next year. 2/4 for 2/4 Engvall and Shore for Brassard. If this one does not go through, then I'll make it a better prospect, or I'll just take Nick Shore out entirely and just waive him. Will this go through? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take out Nick Shore. We're gonna put him there, 3rd rounder. We're gonna take that prospect dude out. Let's just look at some of my prospects here. Do I have anything to go? Okay, they don't want any defensemen. Abramov. Alright, so we're gonna give up Mikhail Abramov, who might turn into something useful someday, but I'm gonna take the chance. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to get rid of that 3rd rounder. We're gonna switch that to a 4th. We're gonna switch that to my 4th this year. Alright, so Abramov and a 4th for Derek Brassard, 0 retained salary, straight up. Will this go through? Trade rejected. Okay. Okay. Me and Vegas. Alright, Abramov, my 4th round pick, and Vegas' 4th round pick for Brassard. If this one does not work, I'll do Abramov and Columbus' 3rd round pick. Will this go through? This is really embarrassing. It goes through, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Brassard is now a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Alright, so let's edit our lines. Dmitry Tomashev, thank you very much for your service. We now have a better player to replace you on our team. So, what's Brassard's rating? 76, 87. Okay. So, Brassard is going to play on our... Yeah, okay. So it turns out I acquired a guy that doesn't even fit on my team. Actually, he does. We're going to put him back at center. So, that's not what I intended. Okay. Woo! Kerfoot does not fit on my 4th line. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that. And Zach Hyman will still get penalty kill time. Mikheyev will not be back next year. Just can't afford him. It's unfortunate, you know, yada yada yada. It's just the way life is in the salary cap era. Okay, so we're gonna put Brassard in our third line with Kerfoot. Okay, that's an all left-handed 3rd line. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put him back. Yeah, okay. So then on our power play on our power play line, we have Kerfoot, who is under contract for another 4 years. Willie Nee will be gone. Casberry. Tyson Berry, who's gone. And Morgan Riley, who we'll need to save cap room for. For our PK, Zach Hyman does not fit there. Spezza, Palm and P. Okay. Let's put Brassard in our PK, so that way he doesn't feel too left out. He won't turn against us for the power play too, or for the lack of ice time. Spezza, I hope, just retires. Doesn't really offer me anything. Can I switch Kerfoot? No. Yeah, we're gonna take Kerfoot off that line. We're gonna put Brassard there. God, our 3-man penalty kill lines are just awful. 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Kerfoot, Gusev, Matthews, Nylander, Marner, Tavares. Extra attacker. And then shootout. And then... Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, we have Johnny T now. Or, not Johnny T. Derek Brassard. So let's look into acquiring our defenseman. Let's just focus on someone low-key. Someone that we can get for cheap. We're gonna focus on a rental. And I think, do you guys remember what team that was that had a... Nah, Kristanov's not the right fit. Because we're going to get someone a low, or not a low, Ryan Merkley. Let's just look through here. Okay, Justin Braun might be a little too expensive. Xavier Louette. Okay. And he's cheap too. Let's just look at his trade value. Oh, I would totally do that. Let's just look at our NHL defenseman here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, we have Lucas Pisa sitting out. You know what? I think we're gonna make a splash. Ron Hainsey. Yes, Ron Hainsey. The guy's a legend. Let's see what else we got here. Andrew Ladd's contract. Nope. Definitely not Adam McQuaid. Alright. Drop a comment in the chat. Do I pick up Jared Spurgeon? No. Actually, I take that back. I can't do that. It's just too much money. I would do Alec Martinez. But maybe I could get them to retain half that salary from it. But I can't go 2 years without first round picks though. Let's just experiment real quick. If I were to keep my first round pick, started off with a second, and I'd give him probably this Durargushinov kid, Semyon Durargushev. I totally just butchered that name, but I'd give the Kings that, or Robertson. Although actually I'd prefer to keep Robertson. Durargushev, I'd be okay giving up. Or I can give him Nick Patan, who does have a little little trade value. And then I would just max it out with other, and then I'd max it out with prospects that I don't ever see myself using. That could actually be an option. Give him one of those prospect forwards and a second rounder to eat half that salary, and then give up Cody Ceci. Move out of rental for a guy I'll have an extra year. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do that just to see if this works. Drop a comment in the chat. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do Durargushinov or whatever his name is, who at least at 19 years of age cannot take any face-offs. What's his face-off percentage? 55%, but that's in the CHL. So we do have to give up someone on our roster. So let's go to defenseman. Definitely Cody Ceci. Cody Ceci's going the other way. 100%. This guy's useless. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. But with Cody Cece being Gonzo, actually, I could give up. Lucas Biza. And then retain half that salary. And then give him a second round pick for the trouble. Second and a fourth to make it more realistic. So that way I'm not cheesing the system. Give him a second and my fourth. So Duragashev, Spiza to balance out the cap. No, actually I should. Yeah, I can keep Cody Cece around as an injury defenseman. And I'd be picking up Martinez. So I could put Sandin. Oh, I gotta have Martinez. Yeah, I could put what's Sandin shit? I'm not gonna throw Sandin in this trade, but Sandin a lefty or a righty? Lefty. Muzzin's a lefty. Lefty. Lawyer Grant at least will be right-handed whenever he comes up, if he comes up. And Cody Cece's obviously a righty. You know what? Fuck it. I don't. Sorry for my French there, guys. Fuck it. I don't care. I gotta have Alec Martinez. Hopefully this trade goes through. Yes! 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 We got Alec Martinez. We got Alec Martinez for the playoff run. This is the greatest day for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have what? Alright, so we're gonna put Sturman offensive or defensive. Okay. So we got the Kings to retain half that salary. We gave up a second rounder, good prospect, Lucas Bezos, $1 million expiring cap hit that we had no intention of ever bringing back. And we just built a fortress for the Toronto Maple Leaf defense, because now we could build around Alec Martinez's $2 million cap hit, because we're obviously going to lose a ton of our defensemen. We're going to lose Barry and Muzzin, and probably we're going to lose Travis Dermott too. And we still have the save for Morgan Riley's contract. So, yeah, we can build around our defense, or at least for this year. In the meantime, I think we just became the team to beat. This is gonna be fucking. I'm sorry to swear, guys, but this is gonna be fucking awesome. And then obviously, if Mikheyev sucks, we can bump him down to the fourth line, where we got Pom P, Derek Brassard, and Jason Spezza. This might be the deepest team in the league, just offensively and defensively. I mean, we are nasty. I would be scared of the playoffs, honestly. We're the fact that we have Derek Brassard as our fourth line center. This is like Christmas. Who cares that we gave up a ton of... Actually, giving up a ton of draft picks isn't ideal because this is an aging franchise with a ton of expensive cap hits. But if you win the cup, it heals all wounds. Let's sim up to this Boston game. Alright, so 1-0-0, 2-0-0, 3-0-0. Did I say that right? 3-0-0, 4, 5, 6. 6 wins. Ah, 6. Did we lose the Vancouver Canucks? We're 6-0-1 since we made those trades. The rich get richer. We've already clinched a playoff spot. Yes, there's still 11 games to be played in the season. We've already clinched a playoff spot. We already have 101 points. Mitch Marner leads our team with 85 points in 71 games. This is going to be fun. This team's just a monster. We literally have Derek Brassard's Derek Brassard has no points. It is a -4 in 8 games. He's been throwing the body. He's playing offensive. He's winning the faceoffs. But who cares? He's our 4th line center. We have the deepest team in the league. At least on defense. I mean, good lord. Martinez has 2 assists in 8 games. This is... I think I'm going to cry because of how beautiful this is. This is a gift. Honestly, this is a gift. We have... Considering how different this team is going to look in just a year, this is Christmas Day. So that being said, let's do a real-time sim for this Boston Bruins game, because this is gonna be fun. Maybe actually, you know what? This will be a good time for CPU sim or CPU game. Final couple minutes. Brad Marchand, 1-0 from an awful angle. This is going to be fun. These two teams have not lost in regulation in the last 10 games. And it's Hockey Night in Canada too, although obviously there's no CBC or Sportsnet in this game, which I wish there was. John Tavares ties it up. 1-1 in the second period. Both teams pretty even on shots. Whew. This is my fantasy. Hopefully everything comes together. Yes, Jake Muzzin, 2-1 Leafs. It's a long penalty. Must be a 5-minute measure. Ah, oh, Torrey Krug. We'll jump in for overtime. But we will be simming the shootout because it's just awful. Ooh, do we want to? Nah, keep them in the home jerseys. Beautiful. Original 6 hockey. Boston. Overtime. If nobody scores in overtime, we'll exit the game and let the computers decide the winner. Because, to be honest with you guys, EA shootouts, pretty boring. Alright, John Tavares against Patrice Bergeron. JT wins the draw. Bergeron takes away. Pasternak. By himself. Marner. Come on, Marner. That's a slash. You can't do that. Marner. Oh. Alright, we get the 4-on-3 in OT. Patrice Bergeron takes a not very Selke-like play. JT didn't even have the puck. Zdeno Chara is probably not happy. Alright, Nylander and Kerfoot with Muzzin and I think that's Tyson Barrie on the point. 94, I think that's Tyson Barrie. It's either, yeah, it's Barrie. Come on, Tyson. Kerfoot. Bad pass. Nylander. Yes! Oh! Kerfoot. Right there. Shadow wide. Get the puck. Oh.
And that's a big clear on that play. Coaches are always telling us about details. There's one of them. Get the puck out late in the game.
Come on, Kerfoot.
Kind of lost control for a
Kerfoot.
second there, but regains
Ah,
possession.
stick save.
Comes up with the stop.
Barry.
Good technique as the puck is over to the corner out of the
Come
way.
on.
And the puck sticks free.
Krejci.
And
Krejci.
now he moves it to Miller.
Alright. Clearing it out. Muzzin skates into the boards face first.
Crosses it on
Must
to
not like his
Neal.
face. That's an offside.
Ball, and we'll have a face-off just outside the blue line.
John Tavares has 43 goals, leads the league.
He doesn't
Beautiful.
seem to need too many to know how to finish.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Austin Matthews and JT on the same power play line. This is beautiful. I know I keep saying that.
Here's the pass.
This is a dream. Oh, Marner on the point. This is filthy. Matthews. Got poke checked. Matthews. Ah, lost it. Come on, guys.
The Leafs gain control of the puck against the
There you go.
wall.
Good pass. Right.
And now it's
Good
over
pass,
to
Morgan.
Marner.
Marner.
And he moves it up to
JT.
Tavares.
JT.
Here's a shot.
Oh, good save, Rask.
Up along the wall by
Marner.
Matthews.
JT. JT.
Puck into the corner of the offensive zone.
Oh, almost had him in the cross crease.
Clear the zone.
All right.
Last call here on this man advantage.
Time for one more rush.
Power play's got to get the puck up the ice
Matthews.
with a little bit of
Matthews.
urgency. Moves it around along the half wall.
Matthews.
Oh, and head
Whatever that was.
I think he did. Man, that thing is way
Come
over the
on.
top of the net.
Riley with the spin move.
Riley's got the puck.
Another spin move.
And a
Lost the puck.
huge opportunity here in overtime is blown as the
All
power
right, it's
play
4-on-4
comes
into the
up
next
short.
whistle.
Man, did they ever put themselves in a tough spot? Short-handed in overtime.
Bergeron's out of the box.
PK does the job and the game can
Tip.
continue.
Oh, get on your race, Matthews. Matthews. Oh, Carlo beat him to it. Chara.
Moves the puck across to Pasternak. Boston's got it in the offensive zone.
Come on.
Here's the
Muzzin.
blast, and
Nice
there's
block
puck.
happening.
Loses possession after he takes a little hit.
Oh, Kapanen.
Trying to gain a step.
Kapanen.
He's in all alone.
Kapanen. Yes! 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 Perry Kapanen. Kapanen. I don't know why I sing that. Kapanen, Kapanen, Kapanen. Leafs win, baby. 3-2. What a game. Kasperi Kapanen wins it in OT. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
And a nice one
Did
too.
not mean
It's
to do
a
that also.
hard-fought game. The teams were pretty equal
Freddie
up
Anderson
until
gets
they get to overtime.
3 stars
I
of the
like
game.
way this finished.
Or Freddie Anderson gets 1st star. Kasperi Kapanen, a stud, gets 2nd star. Brad Marchand. Ugh, Marchand. 3rd star of the game. But the Toronto Maple Leafs are unstoppable in the 9 games since I made those trade deadline acquisitions of Derek Brassard and Alec Martinez. I'm so happy I got Martinez for $2 million instead of his $4 million cap. It's a dream come true. This I know I can't stop laughing. This Toronto Maple Leafs team is the deepest team I've ever assembled. Ever in a GM mode. I mean, this is filthy. Let's sim up to the. Whew, it's gonna be a tough back-to-back. Tampa, Carolina. Ottawa's Ottawa this year. Washington's. Nah. Detroit sucks. You know what? Let's sim up to the Lightning game. Let's do real-time sim for both of those games, and just hope for the best. Jet Hole, or whatever your name is, get on there. Okay, I don't have draft picks until the 4th round. Until I trade Willie Nylander. Gravel is back. It's the last time let's just throw him in there. Gravel, go in there. Ooh, who's that? Aberg's up to. Interesting. We might have an injury replacement on our hands, potentially. Patan and Nick Curdiel, 2 former Winnipeg Jets, playing together on my AHL squad. What's Liljegren up to? Liljegren could actually be useful next year. But anyway, back to the sim. We did lay an egg against Florida, but we already have 50. This is this is a dream come true. Ooh. If we can hold, if we can win out, because we do have a game in hand over Boston, we can win the President's Trophy this year. Which, actually, I should take that back because bad things happen to President's Trophy winners in the playoffs. Although I don't want to jinx ourselves, but Jamel Smith, woo. Not sure why I'm wooing, but okay, Nikita Gusev, I like it. I like it. Was it the Washington Capitals that won the President's Trophy 2 years ago, or last year and lost in the no? Tampa won the President's Trophy last year and lost in the first round. What's their faces? Washington won it 3 years ago. Won the President's Trophy 3 years ago and lost in the first round, or second round, or something like that. 3-1 Leafs, by the way. Kasperi, Cap, and Austin. Oh, okay, this is awesome. 5. Oh my God. 4-goal third period for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was only halfway through the third. Okay. Shut the door. There you go. Oh, even better. 6-2, Toronto Maple Leafs destroy the Lightning. The 3 stars of the game. Kasperi Kapanen gets another first star. Austin Matthews and Nikita Gusev. This team is legendary. As you can look at our player stats here. Derek Brassard picking up an assist. Freddie Anderson stopping 24 shots. Let's this is awesome. Alright, so we have a 5-point lead on Boston. Real-time sim the... Yeah, we'll do real-time sim the Habs game for the last game of the season. Which, I think that game falls on a Saturday. Hockey Night in Canada, final game of the season. A non-Canadians playoff team. This is interesting. So we'll let's sim up to the final game of the regular season against the Habs, because, you know, I want to try to keep this video under an hour in length. Right now we're at around 43 minutes. Alright, so the Maple Leafs with 117 points clinch the President's Trophy. And now, Hockey Night in Canada. Jim Houston, Craig Simpson. Maple Leafs, Habs from the 6. Austin Matthews right in front of the net. 1-0. Oh, 2-0. Mitch Marner. 2-0 Leafs at the end of the first period. The final game of the regular season. The President's Trophy winners. For the best overall team in the regular season. Just dominating this regular season. The deepest team. 3-0 Leafs. Willie Nylander. 4-0. Jason Pominville. Pomin P. It's the end of the second period. The third period coming up on Hockey Night. Oh. The Leafs are pitching a shutout so far against their arch rivals. 12 minutes left in the regular season. 9 minutes. 7 minutes. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. The Maple Leafs with 119 regular season points. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Just a filthy team. Mitch Marner has a 2-point night. Everyone's just dominant. Austin Matthews only gets 13 minutes time of ice because we put up big numbers. Alec Martinez had an assist. and a 28-save shutout for Freddie Anderson in the last game of the regular season. And from Montreal's side, a season that's come too soon to an end. Tatar Koka Kanami got 27 minutes time of ice. Was a -2. Max Domi heading into free agency only got 9 minutes time of ice. Yoel Armia only got 6 minutes. Carey Price gave up 4. The 3 stars of the game, Freddie Anderson with the shutout, Marner, and Austin Matthews. And that is the end of the regular season. But before we move on, let's just look at awards around the league. First of all, Mitch Marner has a 100-point season, well worth the money. We got to find a way to keep the gang together for another year. Even though that means Willie Nylander's totally gonzo. It's just a filthy team. Nikita Gusev, riding shotgun with Austin Matthews, had 23 points in 44 games. It's not quite as good as he was in New Jersey, but was receiving a little less time on ice and was even more offensive with Austin. Just feed him the puck. Matthews with 90 points. Kerfoot with 44 or 48. This is gotta find a way to keep the gang together. I think Derek Brassard only had like 2 points or something. 1 point in 19 games. Good thing he's not coming back. Brought him in for the defense. What else we got down here? Martinez, Spezza, Cody Shitzy, Rasmus Sandin had 17 points as a 19-year-old in his rookie year. Palm P, 14 points. A dream has come true for the Toronto Maple Leafs because Freddie Anderson played in 72 games. Yes. 10 shutouts. Now for the entire league, Sebastian Aho, who was offer sheeted by the Montreal Canadiens this offseason, puts up 103 points. Woo! Scheifele also put up 103. Rantanen put up 100. That was an offensive scoring year in the league this year. McDavid only put up 94. Draisaitl had 91. Just playing off of each other. Whew. Let's look at and then defenseman, most points. Erik Karlsson, of course. Guy was point per game, which is insane. Justin Schultz put up 72. Whew. John Carlson. Morgan Riley. Hell yeah. Pietrangelo. Brady Shea. PK Subban. Goalies. Let's change the parameter from let's put that up at 10 games. Marc-Andre Fleury had the best save percentage, followed by none other than Freddie Anderson. Woo! And then by goals against, I think, wow, Tuukka Rask, 225, followed by Fleury, of course, and this Francouz dude who probably will never put up another, season like that again. Although in 20 NHL games, he's rock solid as a backup. Georgiev. Bob in his first year in Florida. Brian Elliott. Casey DeSmith. Matt Murray. But what a year. What a regular season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's look at player morale, and then we'll send to our first round playoff matchup. JT, Hutchinson, Barry, Riley are all our locker room presences. But let's sum up to the first round. we will get the New Jersey Devils at home. Devils, Leafs, first round. As you guys can tell there, Boston gets Tampa, Pittsburgh gets Washington, Carolina gets Philly in the East, and then in the West, Vegas, Colorado, San Jose, Arizona, Dallas, Vancouver, and Winnipeg, St. Louis. But let's take a look at the Devils lines, and then that'll be the end of this video. After we take a look at the Devils, who actually I almost made trades with. All right, so they have Taylor Hall, who put up 74 points in 75. He was essentially a point-per-game player. Shea, who put up 73 points in 82 games. Paul Murray. Wayne Simmons, who I think, yeah, only 27 points. Jack Hughes, who put up 54 points in his. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to look at is who won the Calder. I would imagine Jack Hughes probably won it, but Andreas Janssen, who turned into a decent player after we traded him. Miles Wood, surprisingly, does not have a lot of wood. Travis Zajac, the veteran, 22 points, 82 games. Jesper Bratt, a career high 46 points for Joyzy. Joey Anderson, Blake Coleman, and first round bust Pavel Zacha, who only put up 22 points. Defense, Will Butcher, PK Subban. Okay. I definitely have the edge defensively because I don't have Marco Mueller, who's another first round bust by the Sharks. Severson, McQuaid, former Leaf Connor Carrick. Goalies definitely have the advantage. Corey Schneider's garbage, although he had a meh save percentage. And Mackenzie Blackwood, who did not have a good year. Scratch players, Andy Green, I think he's the captain. No, Severson's not. I think Andy Green's the captain. Dyson Mayo, who I think Jeremy Bracco, we traded along with Janssen for Nikita Gusev. Never gotten a game for New Jersey. But let's have a look at who won the Calder, because it's going to go to the guy who had the most points. So let's go to the regular season stats, rookie skaters. Yeah, Jack Hughes won the Calder, beating out Cody Glass and Sam Steele and Colin White from Ottawa and Capo Caco. So Jack Hughes had the better season than the number 2 pick. I love it. Cale Makari, 27 down there. 27 points. Not bad for a defenseman. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got New Jersey coming up here, and we'll probably get round 1 in maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Thanks for watching, guys, and follow my YouTube channel, Chicago Drunks 19. Have a good day, and go Maple Leafs. First round.